Hey Adrienne, it's your course director Emily. Just wanted to give you a little bit of positive, productive feedback on this portfolio website that you submitted. It, at first glance is very full of awesome content, and there's a lot of things on here that I didn't know that you did. Very impressed by the body of work that you have curated here for your audience. I do have just a few, ideas for you in terms of, where you could potentially take this in its next iteration. So first things first, the information that's available to me here above the fold, the first thing, we've just got a couple of links. We've got home and experience, and then we've got a really nice large picture of you here. But the size of this is really forcing a couple of things. It's kind of creating some unusable space over here in this high value real estate area, which is the area that we see before I have to start to scroll to get this additional information. My recommendation for you here is to move your name and then your role, or the area of the industry that you want to work up higher. Maybe include that up in the header banner area so that it's available, and potentially if you could do it like a sticky header, whereby when I start to scroll, your name stays up there at the top, as well as those navigation options. Another alternative would be to pull your image over and then have it flanked with the text either on the left or the right, just to bring up more of this information so that it's seen more readily when a user first gets onto the page. Just a little bit of about you information, which is great. It's organized well and summarized nicely. This sort of center alignment on this list makes it a little bit harder to read, as does utilizing the all caps, just for readability purposes. It's easier when you have a sentence case or a title case structure on those, and then to have them left aligned, because you've established a couple of design aesthetics here. So we've got a left alignment, and I think that probably this would look a little better left aligned. Your portfolio of work. I've poked through this a little bit before I started the review, and just want to send you a virtual high five about the way that you have provided a lot of context for each of these projects. So you've given me an idea of what it's about, and then just some descriptive information that really talks more about the projects and what you did on them. So that's amazing for a number of reasons. One, it lets people know more of the full scope of the work that you did for each of these projects, but it's also rich keyword content that can help people find your site. Just a simple contact area down there, ways to get in touch via like an email form. I'm going to jump here over to experience, load up that page. So one of the things to note is that it changed. The page changed over, but because the content of this page is so far down, I didn't even really see that anything changed. So visually, there was no indication that I had really even left that home page that I was on. So again, if you're pulling all of this stuff up, I would immediately be able to see this part of your resume or your work experience coming through. So I'm glad to see you include this, because it's a lot of great keyword-rich content that can help people find you and the skills that you're offering. Again, the all caps stuff, while you're using it as kind of an emphasis or to stand out, what I might recommend here is just leveraging different headings and subheadings. So picking a typeface that is either heavier in weight or larger in size, potentially a different color, and so that you can make it make more visually distinct these areas rather than just capitalizing this text. Overall, this is a super strong portfolio, not just because it's laid out well, but just because of the full body of work and what you're able to share here. So I look forward to continuing to work with you on this into Portfolio 3, and it's there that you will continue to work on elements of your personal brand, which you can then infuse in this site and across any of your other collateral marketing materials, such as a business card, or perhaps even like a presentation style template. So nice work, Adrienne.